Hi again, Rita here from Gringo to Tico, and today we're going to talk about the tropical sun and living inside the tropical zone of the planet. Here in Costa Rica, we are more or less 9 degrees north of the equator. So it's inside the Tropic of Cancer, I believe it is. And what is that sun like? We're going to talk about that intense jungle equatorial sun because it's far different than the sun that we're used to, say, in North America or even in parts of in Europe, wherever you're from. I'm from Alberta, and I used to live in northern Alberta, almost to like Alaska, way up there. I was just back to Canada this summer for a couple of weeks, and I was really aware of the differences in our sun. They're all intense in their own different ways, but the tropical sun here is it's different. It is intense. And so the biggest and most important thing for you when you're arriving here with your non-tanned white skin is sunscreen, even though it's full of chemicals and there's health risks around that. At the end of the day, you don't want to get burnt and have your holiday be ruined because of that. So sunscreen, sleeves where you need to do it, especially if you've got that fair, non-tanning skin, hats, those kinds of things are so crucial. Those of us who've lived here for a long time, we don't use sunscreen very often anymore. Our bodies have become used to it, most of us. Mind you, we're both blessed with sun that tans really easily, or skin that tans very easily, and we're just very blessed with skin that tans, and we don't get sunburned very often. We would have to be really, really silly to get seriously burned. If we're going to the beach in high season with a group of friends, we're always under umbrellas or in the shade, but I will put sunscreen on my face and my neck area and probably my shoulders because we're going to be there for 4 or 5 hours. I'm going to be in and out of the water and all of that stuff, and there's a risk of getting burnt. And I've had it, been slightly pink at the end of some of those days with that when I forget to do that. So yeah, it's just really important to look after your skin when you're coming inside the tropics, when you're this close to the equator, because it has a different intensity to it, and you can burn really quickly. The other thing to know is we just don't go out in that direct sun from like 11:30 till 2 in high season. You just don't unless you're going to the beach. But then we're always in shade. We're either under umbrellas or in the shade. If we're at Playa Ventanas, we're under the shade of the peepa trees, the coconut palms. And so yeah, and if we're working in the yard, we do our heavy duty work in the mornings. We'll start working if we're doing stuff, working in our yard. We'll go out at like 6 o'clock, and then we're done by 7:30, 8 o'clock when that sun starts to come up. I mean, we might stay out a little longer till like 9 or 10, but that's really rare, and that's more of the rainy season type days. In high season, we just don't unless then we've got to go put a hat on. And I hate hats. I'm just not a hat girl, so those kind. So it's that kind of thing. So if you're going to go for a big hike, and you're here in the high season, you're going to go in the morning. You're going to get up and you're going to go at 5:30 when the sun's just up, where it's nice and cool, and you don't have to worry about that sun, and it's just going to be more comfortable for you all the way around. And that brings us to most of us. We live jungle hours. We go to bed at 8. We get up at 5, between 5 and 6. And that's just a healthier way to be in the jungle. You want to get those activities out of the way in the morning, and then when that heat of the day comes, you want to be somewhere, maybe sipping on a cerveza or having lunch, and then go for a siesta or do things undercover in the shade for the afternoon, and then back out. 4 o'clock, that sun has lost that intensity. You can go for another hike and do outdoor activities then. So that's the situation with the sun and living in the tropics. I'm Rita Lucas from Gringo to Tico.